It's that card girl, and today we're going to be taking a look at Magic the Gathering's Dungeons & Dragons Adventures in the Forgotten Realms pre-release pack. And this is right up my alley from the very start, with the teal and purple dragon scales on the side and the back as well, if you can see through the plastic wrap. The Dungeons & Dragons theme is all around this box though, so let's go ahead and get it opened up so we can take a look inside. You know, I forgot to look at the top of this. Hey, it has those dragon scales on the top too, so let's go ahead and get this opened up so we can take a look at what all comes inside. Okay, Edgar, third time's the charm, right? I am going to make it work. I just think that maybe since this set came out way back in 2021, it was really trying to stay sealed. But now we can get a better look at those dragon scales on top, slide that outer sleeve off, and see this awesome deck box that is a bit different from the ones we have nowadays. And of course, there's the adventuring party all around it. And guys, this one has a spot on the bottom where you can write your deck name or whatever you want, and it opens up on the side instead of the front. And the first thing we have greeting us is a beholder. And then a fish. But it unfolds out into this awesome combination art piece and Xanathar's Guide to Dungeons, because Dungeons is a new mechanic for this set, or was a new mechanic for this set. But on the back of that, it also gives you tips and tricks for building a pre-release deck. And then we have our promo pack with white, or wit, on the front, and it has the 2021 promo seal on it. And the next thing we have greeting us in this box is some foil tokens, starting with the Atropal, which is a 4/4 with Death Touch. And on the back of it, it has the Tomb of Annihilation, which is what spawns him. And I love this dungeon mechanic, and I think it's pretty cool to have some foil dungeons. And then we have a 1/1 skeleton with Lost Mine of Phandelver on the back. A 1/1 goblin. And on the back of that, we have the Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Let's go ahead and check out and see what other goodies we get inside of our deck box. Deep down in the darkest of the depths of this deck box, we have a D20, and we rolled a 9. And I do in fact mean a D20. This red and blue speckled dice is a D20 and not a spin down life counter, although you can use it as a life counter if you want, but the way the numbers are laid out is as a D20, and I really kind of love that for this set. There was a cardboard insert holding that dice in place, and it is in fact an insert and can be completely removed, or you can put it back inside to hold your dice. Next up, we have our divider card with those awesome blue, teal, and purple dragon scales that I am really digging on this set. And then, well, that leaves us with our 6 15 card draft booster packs. And I am so excited. So let's go ahead and get to opening these up and see what all awesome cards we have inside of them. And I know I mentioned it whenever I was trying to open this pre-release kit, but this set came out way back in 2021, and I think that it really wanted to stay sealed. But I finally got the first pack open and were greeted with an unexpected windfall, which I think is kind of ironic and very amusing. I'm going to tell you a little bit of a secret. I am a huge Dungeons & Dragons nerd. Now, I cannot believe that I am about to admit this on the internet, but I have been loving Dungeons & Dragons for almost 25 years now. And I just want to go ahead and say that I was under 10 whenever I first started my Dungeons & Dragon adventuring. But since then, I've even gotten Hans involved in playing Dungeons & Dragons, and I've kind of turned him into a bit of a D&D fan as well. Ooh, and we get a borderless red dragon in our first pack. I know it's not a huge hit, but you have to love a dragon. And then we get a rare Forsworn Paladin, followed up by a foil Burning Hands. As you'll see in the next few packs, this is back when you did not get a foil in every draft booster pack. And we end our first pack with another Tome of Annihilation, except this time it's not foil. I'm also going to go ahead and admit that as I was opening this up, the D&D nerd in me was absolutely geeking out over a lot of these different card names. I will also admit that I have never played Baldur's Gate, so I don't really get the Baldur's Gate aspect of this set, but the D&D aspect is more than enough to make this one of, if not my absolute favorite Magic the Gathering set. And I'm kind of super upset that Hans and I were on our decade-long Magic break whenever this set came out. We get the Rulebook Showcase Hama-Pashar Runeseeker. I really love the different showcase versions of cards they have in this set. And I think that you're gonna have to forgive me for how many times I say I really love about this set. Then we get the rare Ranger class and no foil. Gotta love a goblin just screaming at you whenever you open up a pack. And the irony of the first card being a Goblin Javelineer is not lost on me. Okay, I don't know what this vampire spawn is doing to the camera, but let's get it off camera. Wow, this is one class pack with the wizard class right after the cleric class. Ooh, we get the rare Asmodeus the Archfiend. Here's your reminder that we put out new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays with shorts on Sundays. We focus mainly on Magic, Pokemon, Lorcana, One Piece, and Gundam. Make sure you're following us over on Instagram if you haven't already at thatcardgirl.tcg. There's a link for it down in the description. And speaking of links in the description, there's a link to our Discord channel down there as well. It's the Evolving Wild Dungeon Model Showcase. I'm not gonna lie, I am collecting all of the Dungeon Model Showcase cards from this set. I'm also not gonna lie, almost half my binder is gonna end up being filled with Dungeons and Dragons cards if I can't be stopped. And we get the rare fighter class in this pack. You know how I just said that like half of my binder is gonna end up filled with cards from the set if I can't be stopped? One of the things that I want to do is take some of the cards that are more of a story kind of title, like you see a guard approach, and I want to tell a story with the cards. Oh, and if you were curious why Hans isn't stopping me from filling half a binder with cards from this set, I just want to point out the fact that he has quite a few pages of Final Fantasy cards in his binder. The rare Skeletal Swarming, followed up by our second foil card, the Knoll Hunter. Alright, it is time to see if we have any last pack magic waiting for us today. An unexpected windfall right at the start, just like in our first pack. And well then, we see a guard approach, so we pull out our Ranger's longbow because we've been ambushed on the road. So somebody's gonna have to contact the other plane, and they're gonna let us know that we need to use our dueling rapier to fight the Horde Robber. And that's gonna take full strength. And maybe even a Priest of Ancient Lore to fight the Manticore. Because, guys, now we see a pair of goblins. So we're gonna have to fly. And maybe somebody's gonna have to cast a Ray of Enfeeblement while we're in the air. And then we're gonna get our rare, the Paladin class. And don't worry, guys. My page in my binder telling a story is gonna be a bit better than that one. I just thought it was kinda cool that the last pack understood the assignment I'm looking for this set to complete. Like, comment, subscribe, and tell the Dungeons and Dragons nerd in your life about us. That card girl Al